Hello, I'm back with another scrapbook process video, and I start out by cutting out these days of the week. These are digital brushes that I got from AllieEdwards.com. It's a super cute set. I think it's pretty versatile to use on either traditional layouts or definitely for project life. And I had pulled them into Photoshop Elements just to play with them. I'm not very good at the digital side of scrapbooking, and I want to become better. So I usually just take cute things like this and practice with them. And these turned out really cute, so I decided I want to use them to do a layout. So I just printed them up and used them on this layout. So I start by putting them on a 6x12 sheet of paper, and I don't know exactly where I'm going with this layout, but I know that I want it to have a lot of journaling, and so I decide to get that part of the layout done. I have a few pictures to pair this with at this moment, and I don't know if I'm going to do a 6x12 photo to go on the other side of this to make a full 12x12, or if I'm going to actually print out a full 12x12 photo for the other side. But I decide that I want to make little boxes for each of these days of the week, and so I draw the lines to do that. And then I'm almost thinking that maybe I want them to stand up, to maybe use that foam tape to make each of those days pop up a little bit, but I'm not totally sure about that. But I know that I want to distinguish those days from the boxes a little more. So I just put a little tape down on them and get them down there to stay in place. And then I take that same precision pen that I use to draw everything else, and I draw these little boxes around each of the days of the week. And I really like the look of it at this point, and I don't know how I'm going to do my journaling in it yet, if I'm going to print out like typed journaling or if I'm going to handwrite it, but so far I really like the way this is turning out. So I take some of the foam tape, and I still don't know if I want to do that, so I decided to just put it on one of the days and just look at it a little bit before I decide to commit to that. But I know that it's still looking a little plain, and so I decided to take some of my papers that I pulled to use on this project and take a strip of them, a strip of it, and put it down the edge of the page here. And I don't know which one of these three I want to use, and I end up cutting just little strips from each of them and test them out on the page again. And as usual, I take way too long to decide on the littlest details. Even looking at it now, each of them would have been fine, but I settle on this black and white striped one. And so I tape that down to the edge of my paper here. And then I decide I'm going to draw some lines for my journaling. And I also decide that I'm going to handwrite my journaling. And my idea behind this layout was to, in each one of these days, is to write something down that my daughter did that made me smile or made me laugh. She's just at that fun age where, she's almost 3. So she does stuff all the time that just shows you that she's growing up, and, she's just turning into a little person, and it's just so cute. So I take each of the days and write down a specific thing that she said or that she did that made us smile. And anytime that I wrote that she said something, I was putting in there exactly what she said. I did that with a different marker, a bigger marker, and then I capitalized it just to make that stand out a little bit, also to make my journaling look not so plain. And then after I get this journaling done, I decide that that I definitely don't want to pop those days of the week up. So I just took that foam off and I taped down that Thursday. But I do decide that I want more to this side of the layout. So I take this my sewing machine and I sew 3 lines down the edge of this. And I knew my sewing machine was broken. It's awful. It doesn't work right. The stitching's really loose and it's just awful. I was gonna actually stitch on the other side and I decided to not even bring it out again. I just need to get a new one. So I normally will do this anyway, but especially because the stitches weren't very good, I took some washi tape and I taped down my edges just to make sure that it stays in, the stitching stays in there. So this is where my video kind of goes wrong here. I had to take a break here, and when I came back to video again, I didn't make sure that my camera was faced right. So from here on out, the video was not faced the right way. So I re-recorded it, and I wasn't going to do the whole layout again, so I kind of show you bits and pieces of it to show you what I did. So I ended up using a 12 by 12, and I had these little white hearts that I cut out with my silhouette. And what I did was I took this new stamp set by Allie Edwards from her Story Stamp subscription, and I take the 2 little dots, and then I did the colors of the rainbow like I did the days of the week, and I just took the 2 little dots and I stamped them all over the hearts. So it gave them, it connected the 2 pages together, and it also just gave them just a little bit of something extra besides being just white. So what I did for some more journaling on this side is I took a tag and I layered that on a doily. And then I also took some of the same paper that I used, that striped paper, and I layered that on there. And I used these Technique Tuesday stamps, and it says "So Much Love," and I just stamped that over and over again. And then on the journaling, on the tag, I put "She does something every day that makes me smile. Love that she is mine." And that kind of explains the journaling on the other side. This, and as you can see there, I also took wood veneer hearts and layered them with the white polka dot hearts. So I think it turned out really, really cute. I'm glad that it's done, and I'm glad I got some of these cuter little everyday moments recorded in her album. Thanks so much for watching.